what to think, but I did think it was pretty odd. But again, I didn't necessarily ask, all right, where the fuck are your kids type stuff, because them ain't my kids. Not to sound like that, but them wasn't my kids to ask all that. And I knew something seemed a little bit off, but I knew something definitely. Because me, I had to grow up in the foster system like for years. For years, for real. Me and a lot of my circle, we had to deal with places like Norris, St. Charles, St. Amelia's, and all that shit. So she don't know. I already know a whole lot of shit more than she thought I might actually know type shit. And whenever she finally, fessed up, I had to fill her in like, yo, I've been in the system since I was damn near 4 or 5 years old, being bounced back and forth between my actual family, foster homes, residential treatment facilities, DT, and all that. So she didn't even know how much I actually knew. It's like, I knew something was up, but at the same time, like, I shouldn't have to ask nobody to be honest with me. That's just like whenever people ask me about my son and stuff, I make it clear exactly why he's not around and stuff, or why we're not around each other. And his mother is a huge part of that. And me, I'm not finna sit up here and, go to court dates and I ain't got my shit together. I might as well be, sitting myself in the lion's den with no sword to defend myself with. So it's like, I try to put myself out there to give other people, the best advice I can. Like, cause how I'm gonna tell somebody about something if I ain't ever been through some shit, So I just be trying to match energy the best way I know how, but doesn't always work. And then it just seems to me like, too, the only way me and her actually are gonna get along, or I have to agree with everything on some yes man shit. I can't be honest.
Y'all, a lot of the questions y'all are asking, he's already answered. It'll be posted later.
Just how much I knew, because, it's not just the fact that I was up in it. Because some of my big brothers and some of my bloodline that's passed away was in the system just before I came up in there. And some of them niggas was already 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and shit, So she ain't see that coming.
Did you see what her previous house looked like before she got evicted from there?
No, which up until this shit, I was only by each of her cribs one time, not counting the one over on State, not counting.
Ooh, thank you.
I don't even know how many cribs this bitch had except for 4. And I was by the one on the east side one time. I was by the one on 29th in Wisconsin one time. Let me think. Oh, the one on State, I was never there. And then, this shit over here, this is the most we really, been around in person unless we see each other. And then, okay, let's just, it's a high-bye thing.
Thank you for the gifts.
So, just a question, open to looking, because I know you know her, and I know you've known her for a while.
Roxy, I think he got a phone call. Roxy, I think he got a phone call. Roxy, he got a phone call. Roxy, he got a phone call. Can you hear me, Roxy?
I can hear you.
Roxy, he got a phone call.
And how the fuck do you have a documentary? It be shit like that. It's like, yo, come on now. Everybody can't be lying on you the way you make it seem like. And I had a similar situation with somebody I went to high school with. Everywhere we went, motherfuckers would be sitting up here coming up to me. Why does he write his music the way you write your music? How come you're not sagging, but he's sagging? But in this case, getting back to her, did I miss the sign that says everybody hates Chris somewhere or something? Everybody ain't gonna lie on you, because some of these people probably don't even know you.
He is a key. Yo, you are funny. Let me tell you what. Thank you for the gift, Sal. You are funny, I swear. So the documentary is Below the Influence on YouTube. Definitely check that out. Let me go to the comments. A couple of people had questions.
Below the influence, what the with the phone, stop the record.
Below the influence. Yes, I will send it to you in the messenger. I will send it to you. Look, honestly, and you know what? If we want to set up a time, we could do a little watch and listen together if you want to. Of course, all expenses is paid for. So you let me know if you'd like to watch at least part 1 together. We can go through that, but check it out on YouTube. But let me get to the comments real quick. I had a couple of questions in here for you. Hold on. Let's see. The walkie-talkies, were those for the kids or were those for y'all?
Oh, man. I'm not trying to be a jackass by laughing. I'm not going to use no motherfucking walkie-talkie. Like, I didn't even want to sit up here and get that shit a test drive whenever she asked me to, because I don't get down with that police ass shit. But literally, I saw that, she couldn't figure out how to set it up, and I actually had to grow up fixing electronics and fixing a lot of, people's issues with electronics. So, I had to set it up for her, and that's how, that all came about.
Mm-hmm.
But hell the fuck no, I ain't want to, but yeah, that shit was for her. I guess let her tell it, she gets paid to promote shit. I don't know how true that is, but I do know it stay a package there type shit. Let her tell it, she gets paid to promote shit. I don't know how true that is, but I do know it stay a package there type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, hey, the walkie-talkies is definitely for her, though. I wish the fuck I would. Even if my son is around, or I got a son 5 years old, 10 years old, some shit, man, we finna play Mortal Kombat, or we finna find something better to do than some motherfucking walkie-talkies. I know that's right. Mm-hmm.
All right, another question, back to the money part. So I know that you're not all the way in her financials, but just to run through the money, because people are asking questions that are just now joining. She does not pay rent. What other bills that you know of does she pay? Like the Wi-Fi? Does she pay the water, electricity? And also, where do you think that her money comes from? Is it just the supporters? How is she surviving?
Okay, and again, this bitch don't pay no bills. Like, you were blessed to get a voucher, and that's how you got your place. You ain't paying no motherfucking bills. I'm not sure when that shit is up, but nah, you ain't. Cause I don't mean not to sound a little immature. I don't know what it's like to have bills like that. I never truly been on top. I go to work and stuff. Like, I know how to keep myself in touch in the bottle, but I ain't never, had no bills to pay or whatever, like, unless it's a phone bill, let alone living with somebody. And all right, we get to where I'm here now, which if I am here and you got bills, then hell the fuck yeah, as a man, I'm obligated to do that. That's God's law. But at the same time, I thought it was pretty funny, too. I'm not seeing the We Energies bill. I don't know what the water bill is supposed to come in or whatever, but I'm not seeing none of this shit. And I thought that was pretty off, too. But, I never asked type shit, but then she'll tell me, all right, she'll tell me, this is how I'm getting my money off of TikTok, content, bullshit, promoting shit, argument shit, whatever type of shit. Mm-hmm. And then, that's when which I'm not here to judge nobody.
Someone said in the live and tell me what she's saying over there so I can ask him about it, because I'm not going to go live on her Instagram.
It's not bad. It's not a bad avenue, maybe. It's not doing much, but it's a little something, but damn, like, you don't want nothing more. You don't want to drink something else other than E&J. That requires having a job, and hey, if you gonna sell some pussy, sell it. I ain't trying to sound like that, but if you gonna sell some pussy, sell it. But I was also just thinking that was pretty suspect too. Mm-hmm. It's just like, where do you keep getting the liquor from and all this other stuff? And then sometimes it's not like you'll be just getting a little petty ass $7, $10, $15, $30. Like sometimes you done got sent some shit, and then that's where it's like, all right, maybe if OnlyFans is doing something. I don't want to be walking down the street and motherfuckers look up, oh yeah, I got a picture of your bitch or whatever. I'm not Michael Myers. I am, but I'm not.
Now that is funny. So people are saying that she's on Instagram right now, putting out messages of you, and she said as of this morning you did not have a job. So is there anything? Go ahead.
And I could put out messages too. Fuck that bitch talking about. You seen what the three of us were sitting up here just talking about before this live got brought up here. And up until then, how many times is you sitting up here trying to call me on Messenger while we're talking? And, you know, that's when I was sending y'all the pictures and stuff from the library computer. How many times is that? And I mean, damn, I could have sworn private number is a missed call. I'm not going to count when my phone was off at work. Because, you know, I powered my shit off so I could work and knock them hours out. Shit, get my paper and shit. I'm willing to bet, not counting the times you called private or whoever they called private, while my battery was actually off, I'm willing to bet it's at least 20 times at a minimum private number has either been a rejected call or a not picked up call. And it's still in this phone right here currently.
Shit, send it to the group.
You said what it was?
I said send it to the group.
Oh, don't mind if I do. You know, this phone is just a little retarded too, but hey, I'm gonna give me a whole new one. Yeah, but yeah, this is the messages I could put out and all that other good shit we've been seeing. This fucked up piece of shit here is where the other videos are, but again, maybe I don't need to try to fight with this phone to get them wiener finger videos we was talking about. Maybe all I got to do is just go over the message request and hit the spam button.
All right, go on mute real quick. I got another question for you. So people are bringing up, since we brought up videos and phones, were you aware that the dude that she was with before you, or may have been at the same time, I think Ralphie may have been his name allegedly. So she's the one that went to the arcade with him, she said she paid for that date. But fast forward, she said, oh, are you there? I think you may still be there because you heard the other thing. Were you aware that he may have taken a video of him and her being intimate? All right, y'all, we're gonna wait for him to come back. Child, when I tell y'all, I need... Roxy, can you take over? I have to use the restroom bad. You hear me? Roxy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I have to go do a little restroom break. Can you take over with the questions?
Yeah, I can.
All right, I'm going on mute.
All right, questions in the chat. Oh, mute real quick. So I don't know if you know, but they're in my live. They're telling me that she's posting your number on Instagram now. He shrugged his shoulders. All right, next question, y'all.
If she is gonna post it, can she at least tell like loyal people, like somebody loyal to call my shit, so she know, like I'm just saying, like her and that whoopee cushion ass pussy need to calm down.
My main page got clicked. Hold on, I'm gonna go on my backup. Or I'll just come in your live. It don't matter.
Let me ask you a question. So, you mentioned she only takes one shower a day. You know, not enough. How would you describe her scent if you had to? Can you smell her when she walk in the room?
No. Alright, put it like this. A wise man that's in heaven at one point once told me what pussy smell like in a bad way. And it ain't no way in hell you should be going to hop in the shower and you come out smelling like fresh pussy.
TikTok, let me restart.